morning, y'all. It's Brian today at Hollis Farms. Headed down this evening. We got sunshiny weather. Trying to get down here this afternoon to get a duck hole ready to plant. We talked about that back during duck season earlier this year. Talked about we're going to try a little something this year for the ducks. We got 2 holes we were hunting last year. We got to blow the beaver dams. We're going to do that pretty soon. I got some tannerite. We're going to blow those dams and then plant those mud flats. We're going to plant that in some Chihuahua millet that we got from Specialty Seed Company down in Anguilla, Mississippi. Scott Baker down there been kind of helping me decide the kind of seed we want up here. And looking forward to working with him on some other projects next year. We're going to experiment. We got a good little spot down here. We can experiment with some different things. But anyway, what we're going to do today is go get this this field ready. What we're going to be doing is building us a little impoundment here with a levee plow that we got from the NRCS office. We'll end up getting that done in a few weeks here. But first things first, we got to get the seed bed ready to plant. It's been planted with beans last few years, so it's kind of bedded up. It's not perfectly flat because of the way they plant the beans, but we need it to be flat for our grain drill. So meat and press it down here. We're going to get both tractors, 2 tractors running, and we're going to disc it up to try to level it and knock these rows out of it. And then I'm going to come back over with the do-all and try to get it really good firm seed bed. And tomorrow the plan is Jake and I come down, have 2 tractors running as well. We're going to plant these Paradovic sunflowers with the grain drill. And we're going to plant the soybeans. It's a Colossus forage soybean. We're going to plant those with our planter. Try to get all that done tomorrow. We got rain starting in here into the week for over a week, almost every day for 10 or 12 days. So we got to get this stuff in the ground. It's going to be a little bit different. We're going to have a dove field / duck hole all in one place because we got fortunate enough to be able to control the water, put water on it when we want it. So be right back, get out here and get these tractors going. I'll kind of show y'all what our plans are. All right, y'all, I'm going to show y'all what we're trying to do here. Look right here in these beans, you can tell they're bedded. There's about a 4-foot flat and then a drainage furrow, whatever. I don't even know what you really call it. But we can't run our drill and our planter over that. It's not set up for that. So what Press is gonna do, we got this disc set up. We're gonna go over it a couple times to try to knock it down and smooth it out. And probably gonna have to go over it a couple of times, get it pretty smooth, and maybe hit it at an angle. You can see it's still gonna be a little bit rode up, but not as bad. I think we'll have to probably hit it. May have to come back and adjust the gangs and straighten them to kind of knock these heavy, wavy spots out. Once he goes over it a couple times, I'll hit it with the do-all and try to get it chopped up good. Looks like the moisture is just right. You can tell this soil here got a lot of sand in it. It's gonna bust up really good. A lot of moisture in it, but just enough. We got to be able to plant it really good tomorrow. So I'll let Pressy go over it a few times and see if I can't get the drone up here in a minute and get some better video. see, that disc is doing a real good job. It's cutting just a little bit of a furrow right there on the edge, but it's better than what we had. He's about 2/3 of the way over. He's on the longest rows now. He'll start coming back, following the topo line we laid out. In a minute, the rows will start getting a little shorter. Then we'll straighten the disc of it on it and kind of skip over about middle ways where we were on these runs and run down through there and flatten it out. One more pass on that, then we'll get the other tractor going there with the do-all, and it should flatten it really good. Be ready to proceed tomorrow. All right, y'all, I made that one pass with the do-all, but not as flat as I want it to be. So I think what I'm gonna do, Presley's almost finished over to that other, where the edge of the hole's gonna be. Maybe got one or two more passes. What I'm gonna do is let him come back over here where he started and skip over about half a disc width and make a second pass. Then when he gets on out of the way, I'll get behind him with the do-all. I think then we're gonna be really, really good shape. This other's it's pretty flat where you saw I just ran over, but it's still got some little wavy. I'm thinking maybe that disc will knock it down. We'll get over and adjust the gangs on it and where it pulls straighter and doesn't cut as deep, and let him run over it, bust it up one more time, then we'll run the do-all. We'll be done tomorrow. All right, y'all can see a pretty good area view of the shape of how the duck hole is going to look when we finish. If you follow the outline of what we disc there, that's the topo line where the natural line would be to flood it. We're going to be putting in a levee on the left side there and the right side along the road. Y'all will get to see that later, but looks like the seed bed's working out pretty good here. Going back over what Presley's done with the do-all and flattening that ground just a little better. I did end up having to go back and do it the next morning, hit it in an angle to knock a little more of the humps off there so our planter would do better. But overall, it's doing a pretty good job. Gives you a real good duck's eye view right here. Alright, now we've got the tractor work about done. I'll show y'all a side-by-side picture what the aerial view on the Onyx maps look like. You can see everything there in the yellow is the natural topo line where the everything's going to be planted, and the red is where the levee is going to be. It'll give you a little better idea what we're doing there. Alright, y'all, and here's kind of the finished look. You could tell still got some humps in it there. That's why it did end up going back the next morning to run my do-all pretty much in the direction you're facing right there to knock the humps off of it. Really flattened it out and got it ready. So anyway, y'all hang around and don't forget to subscribe. One of the next videos we're going to be getting ready to plant sunflowers. So don't forget to subscribe. Thank y'all.